Welcome, 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 K12, one and all, to week one of playoffs, Fortnite edition, coming at you with some intense action tonight. I'm Dustin Owens, your co host, co coordinator for the K12 Esports League, along with Robbie Menegdeg, the program manager. Robbie, are you stoked for week one of playoffs here?
Oh man, I cannot wait. It's been an awesome week of playoff action already, and we get to finish off week one with Fortnite Varsity here on the Twitch channel. Um, before we get too deep into it, I always want to start with some of our disclaimers here, right? Number one, we are a high school esports league. With that being said, this is a school event. We're gonna keep chat vibey, positive, and all good vibes. Truly, at the end of the day, right? Other disclaimer: we are on a 3 minute delay. Lastly, we are doing other things on the side as well as at the same time as streaming this. So if we go silent for a minute, specifically me, we'll be back. But Dustin, I think we're actually ready for the gameplay soon. So let's send that over.
Sounds good to me. And with that being said, obviously, Epic Games Fortnite decided to throw us a little bit of a curveball yet again, but that's okay. We adapt, we overcome, and our players, I'm sure, are going to be a little happier with this particular mode that we're seeing today. We have obviously we had to switch to OG because of the miniature season with the Simpsons update and everything. With this new update going into Chapter 7, uh, they did increase the map back up to 100, which is super nice. But they actually took out
Mhm.
OG, Reload, and Blitz because of some remakes and stuff going on with that. So we were forced to bring out Battle Royale again. But the cool twist on this is we were actually going to start this in the winter season, but we now get to showcase it a little early to you. We are officially on tournament settings. So, Robbie, what does that look like for our players?
Yeah. So first thing, Dustin, see if you can bring up the
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
working on at the moment.
Interesting. Probably the update here for us. Give us a little bit new updates always, not only for the players but also for us as casters, streamers of this esports league. Little things that we have to figure out and find out here. But what this looks like for our players, like it actually changes quite a lot, right? Because as Dustin mentioned, we went from um, regular battle royale to OG because they dropped the number of actual players that could be in there, and then they took away OG from us. So now we are on again what Dustin said. Battle Royale tournament settings mode. Little differences here. It's the exact same regular map, right? But the settings in the actual game are slightly different. First thing being like there's no cars. The golf cart is allowed, but there are no other cars that are able to be driven around. The other thing is like the reboot vans for the season, so you can drive around some of them in our mode here in the tournament setting mode. Those reboot vans are not drivable. And the most important thing, I think, for this season, season 7 specifically, right, is the fact that there are these bosses around the map that spawn in. There could be 3 per game. And if you're playing the regular game, if you eliminate that boss, they actually drop an item that lets you turn it into that boss. In this tournament settings mode, they do not drop that item. They may drop their weapon, but they will not drop the item that lets you turn into the boss, which in my opinion is very, very overpowered. So we're very happy to bring this tournament settings style to the K12 Esports League. Makes everything a lot more like what I would consider competitive and bare bones, right? So we're very, very excited here. Again, as I mentioned, with the new update comes a new way of spectating, and so Dustin and I will figure out the kinks as we move through the rest of the playoffs. For tonight, we're probably looking at what we have here as far as what is on the screen right now for spectating. It's still better than what we did last year, so still a W regardless. Right now, though, we do have I Hate Cheese on the screen looking to reboot some of their fallen teammates. And this team is. Oh man, I literally just put them in here just a few moments ago. This is our Wava 3 team with I Hate Cheese.
Yeah, and with this Chapter 7 update, the cool thing is at least the players and the students and everything, they've been able to kind of get a feel for this map overall. A lot of people like it just because of the space and everything too. Kind of gives that new vibe. But again, as Robbie mentioned, that competitive feeling too of the Barrett Bones. None of those drivable reboot vans or anything like that from this particular season, which is super nice. And there's definitely some new weapons in this season, some new movement pieces and stuff like that. We caught a glimpse of it just there as Tuna was taking down that player. You can now actually move around a little quicker and like tumble and stuff as you're knocked down and everything. You can self revive if you have a self reviving item. So again, that adaptability piece, we obviously see it every year, no different this go around. Maybe a few more intense changes when it comes to like the self revive and the movement, but overall, still very competitive with the weapons loadout, the shields, and everything. Looks like we just missed an elimination there from Aim Crutch. See if we can find another fight over here. So we're on Sora AI Demon, which is one of our NCBA teams. Currently having a little bit of a fight. Not sure if these ones up here on the mountain are friendly or if it's a third team kind of coming in. I think, yeah, it looks like they are friendly. So they kind of have them pinned down from both sides at the moment. And this is, I can't remember exactly what this AR in general is called, but it is a very effective AR for this particular season. In my opinion, kind of similar to the Hollow Twister, so it's got a good consistent fire rate and everything. And there is a mythic version of this, which is pretty nasty in my opinion.
I have only played one game of this new season, but I did get this AR's variant, and I love this sight on here. Honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing. I like this one a lot.
This one, and they have at least one SMG that's actually really good for close range if you're an SMG type person. Only a couple different shotguns that are, in my opinion, so. But they're not, again, it's all about how they use it and how they strategize with everything. There are snipers added back into the game. Just one in particular, but it's decent. And everything else is pretty much, the wingsuit is new. It's a new movement piece. Not really much else in terms of movement. I know there's shockwaves in the regular piece, but I don't think there are shockwaves in this particular mode. At least we didn't see them during the trial run and everything.
No, so I guess that is one other thing I should have called out when we were talking about the differences. I can't believe I forgot it. A huge difference between the regular Battle Royale and then what we're able to play now in the Esports League is the loot pool. The loot pool is actually drastically different, and shockwaves are not allowed actually in tournament settings at the moment. You know, sometimes as new seasons come through, everything changes, right? We love Fortnite over here at the K12 Esports League, and with that, shockwaves for this season definitely not enabled in this tournament settings mode, at least for now. So you know, it's the same game but different for sure. But I do want to call out, we have Wava 1 on screen right now. We have Rox. Looks like either this team is split in two or Rox is between two teams, but we see Rox doing what they do, putting down some superior builds and able to get shots onto players across from them and then players down on the hill as well. And we'll also see Rox here now charging on this player. They I hope that's their teammate behind them, otherwise they're in a little bit of a sticky situation here.
Yeah, I noticed that there was another team coming down on a slope and everything, but Roxanne May is going to be able to get that player eliminated. And it does look like he has a teammate with him as another team kind of comes up to potentially push. Again, that AR being very, very accurate.
AR is accurate. It seems like the initial bloom as soon as you kind of zoom in with it, isn't as drastic as it has been in previous seasons with some of the other ARs. Like, look at that right away, able
Mhm.
to get on target is Rocks. And that is not only a testament to how good this AR is, but Rocks, he's been a player in the esports league for quite a while. We know how good this particular player is, and so those shots do not surprise me at all whatsoever. You see him hit quite a few, but also miss a few, right? He's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and it's impossible to be perfect in a game like this, right? But Rocks will fly up onto this player and get some really good damage. Looks like they do get the knock and eventually get the elimination as well.
Yeah, and that actually, based on that skin, I don't know 100%, but this might actually be the one of the NCBA squads.
Yeah, and unfortunately, everyone, like we said, or like I mentioned a few moments ago, with a new update comes new things for everything. That includes the spectating mode that Dustin and I use for streaming, and so with that, we will figure out how to bring the what we've been using all season back, where we can see eliminations and we can see the teammates and the health bars and things like that. But for the moment, we just want to make sure we're capturing the gameplay as much as possible without messing around in the settings too much. On board with Gummy now, and another amazing player. And look how good this AR is. I think it's obviously the players too, but the AR is so good, long range, medium range. Gummy hitting some really good shots there.
Yeah, it's overall it's very clean, but very true. It takes a player to have good aim to be able to actually use that gun accurately. So yeah, true testament to them. But at the same time, yeah, that AAR is nuts for this particular season. But it's good because you need at least something that's gonna be able to put it in there. I know those snipers aren't quite as heavy hitting as some of the other ones in previous seasons and everything too. Definitely still helpful, but honestly, in my opinion, I think the AR is much more worth it in this particular season. We're gonna go over here. It looks like Drip Eddie and them from the Tiva squad are in the middle of a little bit of fights and everything like that going on here. Looks like it might just be the one team that they're going up against, but a little hard to tell from the angle at the moment. And it looks like one's gonna go down. Oh, and Drip Eddie looks like this other Hope skin from the other squad or the opposing team is going to be able to get him, but the teammates are able to kind of get them finished off and be able to get Drip Eddie back up. And we're starting to converge from the looks of things. All these teams kind of coming into place. Let's go over here. Looks like we have Black Haven Jr. They're currently down in the tunnels. I thought they might be next to this team, but I think this team might be on top, so we may not see any action in this particular vicinity at the moment.
Yeah, and zone is getting really small here at this point. We're getting close to getting really small. And it from the looks of the map at the moment, we actually have quite a few or teams still alive as well. I do see Tiva up. I see Kava. I see OHVA, I believe. I see NCVA. I see OOS. There's quite a few teams still up at this moment in time. Looks like Tiva is in a fight with that yellow squad at the top right of the map here. But we also see Black Haven right at the moment taking some shots from the back as well. So able to build up, at least not get any more damage taken down onto them. And looks like they're rotating out. Do they know that somebody's there? I think they have a sixth sense here, but very low. I'm assuming now is Black Haven getting hit with a couple more shots. Going to be able to med kit up here.
And I'm not sure if that's... Oh, okay, so it is an opposing team. He was not able to get that reboot off, though, I don't think. Or maybe yeah, he was not. I can't tell right off, because usually it goes away for a few minutes. I don't know if that's like a new thing that I'm not familiar with. Blackhaven Jr. gonna take some good shots there. Kind of in the middle of a lot going on though. Looks like he's got
That's for sure.
a couple different things going on here that his teammate's gonna be downed at the moment. And I believe he's against at least 2 other people, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're in a sticky spot. On board here with one of our K12 Private Esports Alliance teams, and Sergio taking some shots at that player, and they are able to hit too as Sergio as well. Those are actually not the easiest shots to hit when they're in the wingsuit. You know, it's a pretty slow moving rotation utility, but it's not the easiest thing to hit shots on. So big ups to Sergio for getting 42 damage there. A little awkward here is this K12 PEA team with their builds coming up the side of the hill here, building kind of on top of each other and whatnot, but they're able to make it safely into the rotation for the zone. They know a player there is there in gas. It looks like they're probably going to leave them and wait for them to come out as they're in a sticky spot. That solo right there.
And we're over here with Demi Slacks. Looks like there's another team actually really not far away from these guys. Everybody's just kind of hunkered down at the moment. But they're like and you got another one, you know, over here. Obviously, they're not aware of or anything like that.
Yeah, the zone is small now. These teams are going to be right on top of each other for the remainder of the game here. And unfortunately for that player, they will be seen, and that will be Tiva able to take that player out, as that is the team that we are currently spectating at the moment. And I love the team pride there from the Tiva squad. They all have the same skin on. Very, very cool to see. Great shots coming out of Demi Slacks, again, onto some wingsuiters coming down in. Tiva's looking like they are going to push the envelope and get aggressive here on this team, as they know that they're at least a little bit low from getting peppered as they came in for the rotation.
And I noticed when I had the map up that
they gotta be
the
careful. Yep.
Kava team I know was in the vicinity still. I'm not sure if this is them right off. I'm trying not to miss any of the action. It's a little harder not having those name tags and stuff like that up to the gamer IDs. It looks like 2 of them are actually going to go down from that. But it looks like we're going to see a self-revive come out, but not be successful, as Demi Slacks is able to make sure that player doesn't get the revive in.
Yeah, and they got to be everybody's got to be careful here. The zone's going to tick very, very hard for a lot of damage at this point in the game. I mean, Demi keeps running into it. I'm sure they're actually a little bit low at this point in time here. But we also have Kava here, who is still alive, and unsurprisingly has some of the best positioning of all the teams that we are able to see right now. Set up in their own builds, have the high ground. Very Kava-esque gameplay right here coming out from them.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely have a good high ground. Obviously going to have to move from this storm and everything. Tiva down here on the lower ground. Going to have to try to avoid some of those some of those shots from above and everything. Back with frag, as they're kind of converging to.
K12 PEA team surviving for a very, very long time here in this game number 1 of playoffs, week 1 for Fortnite Varsity. Good edits coming out of frag here as well. Striker, also a player on that team. Or actually, I believe we have both K12 PEA squads alive at the current moment. Striker and Sergio, they play on the same Valorant team, but they play on different Fortnite teams. We'll be able to tell the difference because look at, again, the skin chemistry coming out of the K12 PEA team. All the Christmas tree. In a sticky spot, though, is this squad. They are on the low ground, and it looks like, based off that skin, it is one of the Tiva players able to come in and basically get a full wipe here. I think the Storm did a lot of damage there to help them in that. But I know for sure we probably have Kava and we probably have Tiva still up in this one. I'm not sure how many other teams there still is, but the zone is closing on a very, very difficult place right now. right over kind of this this lake here.
Yeah, and I noticed a couple of those players trying to pull off that self-revive. If I'm not mistaken, the self-revive only gives you the 30 health back, so even with that storm tick, it would be tricky to kinda come back from something like that, but I do believe we might be just down to these 2 particular teams.
Yeah, I think it's a 1v1 as far as squads. Great shots. Oh my goodness, coming out of Kovia. Onto that player up top. Tiva right now with the less superior positioning on the low ground, but amazing shots comes out of Tuna here. And unfortunately, that wingsuit got really awkward for them there. They got ticked a lot of
Oh,
storm damage, but able to get on top and get the high ground is Tuna. Also, the ooh from Dustin is perfect. What a great shotgun shot coming out of them as well. Tuna, another great shot as everything is just going crazy around us right now. Good edits, good builds, good shots. Still in the storm, able to get out barely, I think, here. Another great shot right before the build does go down. Another one hitting, I think that was 111. One player, I believe, up for this other team. Tuna's got to be careful here. Storm is ticking, able to get that player down, and it looks like we caught the best action at the end of this one, staying on board with Tuna. That will be our Tiva squad taking game number 1 here for Fortnite Varsity. Perfect. This is great. Hopefully the lobby doesn't time out on us yet. We had Drip Eddie still alive, we had Tuna still alive, and we had MGT still alive at the end of this one. Um, we're missing one of their players who I believe is Demi. So we can actually do the quick math here. 9 plus 8, that's 17 plus 5 is 22, and then Demi just dropped, but I think I saw a 6 next to their name. So if I'm not mistaken, we are looking at a 28 elimination victory royale for our Tiva squad in this first game. That is nuts.
that is crazy. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, just honestly, I'm glad we was able to get as much action as we did, and honestly, it start making me question what I said about the shotgun earlier because of the shots coming from from Tuna so much. Very very nice edits and very good mechanics with the shotgun and the rest of the gameplay and everything. Kudos to them for round one. We'll see what our teams can do coming into round two. Give us just a few minutes to get them into the lobby and everything, and then we'll come back with you with some action.
We'll be back in like 10 to 15.
All right, and we are officially back with your gameplay for round 2 of this varsity week 1 playoffs. We were at least able to get the nameplates and everything like that up so that way we can at least see who's shooting at who. And yeah, we can kind of toggle around that way. So it's better than nothing.
It's definitely
Very
better than
cool.
what we had, yes. And like I mentioned last game, we'll figure it out. We'll do some testing before next week. We had no idea that this was gonna affect us this week. But regardless, we're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be fun. We are in game number 2, week 1, K12 Esports League Fall Season 2025 playoffs for Varsity Fortnite. On board here with CU from the NCVA 1 squad. We did just see them take down Pika P from the Vava Crimson Steelers squad. So looks like at this POI we did at least have 2 teams drop in. Dustin, as we're kind of searching for some action here at the start, tell me about this new map. What are you feeling about it? What's your initial thoughts? New
Um,
map, new seat.
I mean, obviously, it's a bit of an adjustment with how big it is in comparison to the mini season. So there's a lot of space to kind of get in between. There's actually some really neat POIs in this particular map. A lot of Easter eggs actually, which is super cool for additional loot and everything like that. Like just while we're waiting on this action to kind of come in, up here at Wonky Land, for instance, you can play different type of like carnival games and stuff like that to be able to get some better loot. So it's actually kind of fun. It's really cool. So there's definitely some pros and cons, a lot of hills and everything. But we're gonna see Blind Strike try to initiate a little bit of action on this. I believe it's the NC. No, I could be wrong on that. Um, so I was trying to pull up the roster sheet so that way I had the right one. But Blind Strike is going to get eliminated from the K12 PEA Alpha Wolves.
Richie Sharkey and the IQLA squad. We do not get to see them too often on stream, but glad I got to see them at least for a second there and call them out. Shout out IQLA. But on board here now with the Lavka team, who's in a fight with Tiva, if I'm not mistaken, as we briefly saw the names on the other squad. We see Drip Eddie actually take a huge I'm not sure how we got there so fast, but it is flying in on this Lavka team. And a great shot there by Gaming Boy Nola onto Tuna here, but also it took some damage, did Gaming Boy Nola. So this is going to be a crazy fight here between these two squads. I do see Lyric Essence down for the Lavka squad. It looks like at the moment, maybe Tiva does have the upper hand. Gaming Boy Nola looking to potentially rotate out and hopefully they have some heals. It actually doesn't look like it, otherwise they would have popped them already, but trying to stay safe here, right, at the moment is Gaming Boy Nola. But we'll also see Tiva looks like they're disengaging as well. So probably a really difficult fight for both teams, not wanting to go out here today early in this one.
Yeah, and obviously, I think it's like once they eliminate one team, like who can we find, next? Obviously, they're looking for the number of eliminations, everything like that for their teams. So they're just looking for the next thing, and it looks like we're going to come in on CMR and I Hate Cheese, kind of cruising in this golf cart. This is the only drivable vehicle that is accessible within the tournament mode. Probably for the fact that there's no windows or anything. It's very easy to take some shots and stuff from somebody driving one of these things. So definitely definitely a fun time if you're trying to go for riding the golf cart around here.
Yeah, and this is our Waba 3 team here that we are on board with and seeing in the golf cart. And as Dustin mentioned, it's actually not a safe thing to be taking. Luckily, you can jump out of there pretty easily and start building walls if you do need to. But on board now with Eli, who's in a fight against Star Wars, Bonesaw, Blackhaven Jr., and company. That is our OHVA squad over there that they are in a fight against. Not a believer, taking some damage, getting some builds down though. Able to stay alive for the moment, although we do have OHVA right next to them, trying to take down the Bills, trying to get this elimination onto Not a Believer.
And I will say I appreciate the fact that we're wearing an 11 skin for the Stranger Things that just recently came out. Very, very cool. Just a quick shout on that. So like the skin.
Yeah,
Like the
shout out
commitment.
Cask, shout out Not a Believer.
Oh, and they
Oh, Not a Believer with a great shot there, able to get an elimination.
yeah, and this team
Tangled Fern, Eli, Forecast still up. Does look like Soren Ace is down at the moment. Blackhaven dropping in front of them. To reload is Not a Believer, not able to get the shot off, but Soren looking like they're going to be able to be picked up here by Not a Believer.
and coming on board, we're gonna have
And that is,
Yoshi in the Kava squad.
sorry, go ahead, Dustin.
No, you're
Yes.
good. Go for it.
Uh, that's a little bit of a tricky name there. Soren and the Cask squad, right? And then we have Sora and the NCBA 2 squad. So we gotta be careful not to get those mixed up. But at the moment, this team that we're spectating, Kava, deep in the storm actually. So they are going to need to start rotating and get safe. Because it is only a 1-6 storm, but any damage you take at this time in the game, and at this point in playoffs, right, you don't want to be taking anything at the moment, any unnecessary damage.
And coming back on board, looks like we're gonna have the Waba one squad coming in. Down to 3, looks like at the moment, but it looks like we're gonna be coming up on Chaotic Stray. Taking some damage with currently no shield. And it's kind of in a tricky situation in this 3v1 situation. And getting, looks like it might be, or you have another team coming in with Lucky and Paris Sora. Asking Dr. Donut. Chaotic gonna go down while this Wava team is on the move to their next, to what they're looking at next. Lucky and Paris currently trying to get out of dodge. Is going to try to use the suit and unfortunately is going to get knocked. Looks like they're other.
And taken out is Lucky in Paris from the NCBA 2 squad. Dr. Donut, though, able to get away, and I don't think that they're quite sure that that Donut is here. So Donut gonna be able to stay alive for their team for the moment, which is a very good play here.
Yeah, let's see if we. It looks like we have maybe a little bit of action going on over here with Annihilate again with the Kava squad after rotating in from Storm. This other team may
There's a
be
team
up
below
under.
them.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think
Yeah,
there's
they're
some
right below them.
tunnels down below. So looks like they're gonna continue getting mats and everything in the meantime. And this is going to be Hydra Falcon and Avon 2 with the K12 PEA Alpha Wolves. Also getting the mats while they can before that storm and everything hits. Looks like we have a couple lone players kind of just trying to get some of the placement points and everything. On board now we have Puppy Pug. Looks like they are actually by themselves, and looks like we're kind of come in at a time where they're sort of getting pushed a little bit by one team. Not sure if that'll put them in an advantageous spot to where they can get away, or it looks like they're going to kind of be in the middle of everything. It looks like they're going to try to rotate out. Smartest move when they're playing alone. Coming back over here to this Kava squad. Currently fighting Tuna in MGT. We hear a reboot going on. Looks like that reboot's going to come through. For Bonesaw and Blackhaven. Skybear trying to come back in. Actually getting shot out of the air from what it looks like and knocked. We'll go over here to their perspective from Labo Star Wars and everything. Again, back at that reboot van, they may just try to stay here and see if the other one goes down. And it looks like they might be getting engaged by somebody else at the moment. Yeah, you got the Tiva team on top of the Kava team. MGT and Drip Eddie trying to rotate out.
That's not I had a drop in my feed. If you can see about maybe rechecking the Discord for me.
For sure. All right, let's see. Might have to change that just a little bit here. We'll just go that route for now.
Beautiful. It's back for me.
Yeah, I don't know. The
Oh my goodness.
technical difficulties of between the Fortnite changes and everything like that, man. I don't know what's going on. But
It's okay. We're doing our best here. The zone is getting small. Quite a few teams still up. We'll see Raz Mega take some great shots here by from Lucky in Paris, but Lucky unfortunately taken down by their team counterpart NCU. NCVA 1 able to take down that player from NCVA 2. Up on that hill behind CU at the moment though is Wabo 1. We see Roshkin and Bat Bear up there looking like they're starting the rotation. What a mechanical play there by CU. Building the roof and then changing it into the kind of angled build there using the edit to make sure that they were safe for as long as possible as they wingsuited. That's 200 IQ play there coming out of CU.
yeah, for sure. No, I was even looking as they were doing that as well. Very, very great use of cover while they kind of get that wingsuit charged up to be able to rotate in and out. He's going to try to find co-pilot AI to see if they can get him knocked, but I think they were just a little too like with the heels and the shield and everything to really commit. But is going to be able to rotate out and still get the knock from the look of things. Trying to rotate with this storm. There's a lot starting to be a lot going on in the vicinity here. Let's see if we can get some while they're healing up and everything.
All right, so I do see, yep, I was about to call this team out. I do see OOS still up here in this game number 2 for Varsity League Fortnite Playoffs week number 1. K12 Esports League Fall 2025 season in Seiji and the rest of their teammates. So OOS still up. Of course, we know that NCVA number 1 is still up. I see Idaho down there. I also saw Tiva as well. So quite a few of our heavy hitters still up in this one. Our final circles are going to be actually insane here. But we do see at the very current moment this OOS squad rotating onto this building. I'm not sure if they know that this Idaho team is below them or not. I have a feeling that they do, but for the moment they are just hanging out on top of the building here, and we will see Seiji able to find and see Striker there in the distance, get some really good shots onto them, and man, Seiji trying to take out that last player from the K12 PEA squad.
Oh, and unfortunately, Seiji coming right over here on the Wobble 1 team. If we are getting to that point where everybody's just in the same vicinity, Storm is getting tighter. pushing these teams closer and closer together. But they're going to be able to find the cover and kind of pin this team in a particular situation. But they're also starting to get a shot at a little bit themselves. Going to have to be careful from all angles at this point forward. Some good shots there against Logan's son. They are going to be able to finish Logan's son. Looks like they have went down from some additional shots from another team. And everybody looks like they're kind of just hunkering down at the moment. Kind of waiting for...
Playoff time, Dustin. Everybody wants to stay alive. Nobody wants to get out.
Yeah, they're just waiting. A storm is about to move, so we're gonna start seeing some of this. Probably some crazy plays and everything. Oh, and I forgot with the hot air balloons coming in. Not even thinking about the fact that they can destroy these builds, so that's a little unfortunate in some ways. If you're rotating up that high or building up that high and everything. Dimstog Pizza with the NCVA 1 team online. And everybody and their brother is just down there in that one vicinity, man. NCVA with this higher ground at the moment. But everybody's kind of
look at all those teams in those builds. Oh my goodness. Luckily at the moment, Demstog and NCVA1 seems like they have the best positioning, got some really good rotations. Annihilate from Kava will get shot out of the air by this NCVA squad. Again, just superior positioning from them right now at the moment. Able to get just great angles, able to put down some damage as these teams all do need to rotate into them. And there are so many around at the moment. Now we have Tiva below this NCBA 1 squad, and all the rest of the teams should take advantage of this right now and rotate in while they are fighting.
Yeah, they are pushing on this team, but it looks like we are going to have some additional pushes coming in from Seiji and them.
Yeah, I'd be flying Sage from OOS, able to actually rotate to them, but Lofi from the OOS squad will unfortunately drop as well. Batbear and Wava able to use that time and actually rotate into the new zone as well. We will see OOS with the high ground now, and Tiva still on the low ground at the moment. Tokyo for NCVA 1 will go down as well. Demstog trying to get in there and save their teammate, unfortunately won't be able to. This storm is going to tick hard as well. A lot of damage will be coming out from this if you get stuck in it. Demstog unfortunately unable to use the wingsuit and actually get out there. Again, so many teams here in this small circle here, all just vying for positioning, trying not to get caught out. Demstog unfortunately unable to hit the shot on Tuna. Tuna will hit theirs. Tuna able to knock them and eventually fully eliminate them. CU having to heal up at the moment. Tuna above this Wava squad. It looks like Wava is a full team of 4. Idaho, I think, is also a full team of 4 right now. This is insane here, Dustin.
Yeah, they're going to have to be careful. I mean, definitely getting that little bit of a confidence boost with some of those eliminations is able to get some really good damage on that Wava team before having to kind of rotate and probably make a smart choice to kind of get into a better position for fighting as the storm again is moving.
Still alive as well is Seiji for the OOS squad. That is insane. Drip Eddie very, very low. Kyoto even lower though for the Kava squad. Kyoto trying to just rotate out, try to stay alive as long as they can, get these placement points, because as a solo, with all these players still up, it's a high mountain to climb to actually try and take the victory royale. Again, Idaho with a full team of 4 and actually pretty healthy across the board. However, Tuna with a crazy 2 shots onto both Evil Chickens and Puppy Bug will be able to drop them both down. Stuck in the storm though, I bet we see Tuna drop here from this here any moment. CU for NCVA 1 still alive, able to get an elimination as well. Drip Eddie on top of them at the moment, able to get the edit off on their build is CU, and still able to rotate down here into this one. This is actually a pretty safe position, I'm thinking, for them. None of these builds are theirs though. That is the only thing that's a little bit tough here for CU. We do have Roshkin and Batbear for Wava 1 on the high ground. I see Tuna, I see CU. This is probably our last three teams alive here at the moment. Wawa in a primed and prepped position to actually take this one as they are going to be feeling really healthy. We see Pat Bear at almost 200 HP total. Roshkin just popped a med kit as well, and they have the high ground.
Oh, and Tuna
CU
taking
will
it to
get
see
Tuna.
you. Yep. And I think they're gonna converge on his position
They're gonna
here.
hunt. They're gonna hunt him down, but they're actually giving CU an opportunity, giving up their high ground positioning. CU going to do what they can, take the high ground. They didn't drop him. CU will actually get two great shots onto Roshkin and another shot onto Bat Bear, dropping them probably, what, 70 HP off their shield. But at the end of the day, Bat Bear will be able to clutch up for Wava and win this one for them, taking that victory royale. Unfortunately, I do see that some of the players from Wava 1 already dropped, so we will not be able to see how many eliminations they had total together. But man, well, actually, I'm seeing 8 for Rocks, 6 for Bat Bear, 0 for Roshkin. Can you scroll back up to the top?
Oh no. Well, unfortunately,
Kicked out.
we
They had at
tried
least
to
14. They had at least 14.
yeah, we tried to get that in there to see what we could see in terms of the eliminations and everything. But what a first week of one playoffs for really all the games that we had this week, but especially that competitive feel going into the night. The points from the regular season that kind of got these teams into the playoffs in the first place have reset, but there was a slight points advantage based on what seeding they came into. So we will kind of get those points added up and everything and see which three teams are unfortunately going to drop from us this week. We started with 18 and we dropped three teams each week with the bottom three teams. So we'll kind of come back and see where we're at for next week in terms of which teams we're going to have on board. But kudos to everybody and thank you all for being able to kind of pivot and everything and switch at the last second again because of the map settings. But I'm glad it seems to have worked out for the best in this particular matchup and everything. So, what do you think, Robbie? Is there anything you want to say to close us out today? For sure.
What is up, everyone? Um, so a lot to say. Number one, apologize for the black screen, but we'll look at on our end and see if the video recording stayed, and hopefully be able to upload that to YouTube. You got to hear our beautiful voices though. Um, as we commentated through the end of that game, it was wild. Wava ended up taking that one with quite a few eliminations. So that's that as far as the gameplay and little technical difficulties. They happen to the best of us. I do want to shout out a couple things before we close out the stream today. Number one, thank you all, players, parents, guardians, coaches, learning coaches. We can't do this without any of you, and we highly appreciate you. Shout out to all of our players and teams throughout the whole season, and especially those that made it to playoffs and are continuing into next week. So next week we have a lot more action coming at you. Monday, Smash and Valorant. Tuesday, Marvel Rivals. Wednesday, Chess and Rocket League. We'll be back next Thursday for Fortnite Varsity. And then, of course, open off stream. We have next week, and then the week after that. And then the fall season is done for us here at the K12 Esports League. So, um, just again, shout out to everyone. It's been an insane week. Next week is going to be insane, and then our championship week in 2 weeks is going to be absolutely wild. But Dustin, you know me, I can yap all night, so I'm gonna send it over to you to go ahead and close us out here.
All good. No, we definitely appreciate the patience and everything. Again, with some of those swaps, and I do apologize. I didn't see that chat immediately just because I'm so zoned in on trying to get the action and everything.
We were
Yeah,
locked in.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if it's because of the new season or what. But yeah, just some back end type things. Hopefully, we'll get that resolved by next week, so that way we don't have any issues moving forward or anything. But thank you all. As Robbie mentioned, we couldn't do it without you, and we really appreciate the support on the players and the coaches and everything for this league. We'll be back next week with some Super Smash and Valorant on Monday. It's a normal schedule throughout the week. We'll be back here again on Thursday with some Fortnite. You'll likely start seeing a little bit more of mine and Robbie's face kind of coming into the championship week with our
Yep.
universities and everything helping us out with streams, which we really, really appreciate for this season. Some of them are starting to go home within the next couple weeks because of a winter break and everything. And we're going to be kind of wrapping up with championships, and then we'll be back next season with some more action, along with some of the colleges and everything like that too. So we appreciate them,
Hmm.
and we hope to join you again next week for Smash on our YouTube live channel.
Absolutely. We'll catch y'all then. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday. Fantastic weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
See y'all.